and welcome back to the Keystone Fly Fisher. Today I am tying a Sulfur Wetfly using an Umqua TMC 100 barbless hook and a size 14. I start with tying my thread behind the eye of the hook and making nice tight even wraps back to the bend. I find that this makes it easier for the dubbing to stick to the hook with that thread base being at the bottom. And we're going to tie just a little bit behind the point. Go ahead and cut off your excess waste. Then I'm going to strip fibers from the hen hackle and measure it to be about the length of the hook's shank. I do a couple of turns here to secure the tail in place. After tying on the tail material, I tie in the UTC small gold wire. Then we work that forward, nice, clean, even wraps. This helps give a nice taper to the body when we start to do the dubbing. Next, I'm going to wax my thread. Using the friction of my fingers against the thread to melt the wax into it. I'm going to start using small amounts of dubbing to build a little dubbing noodles. I like my dubbing noodles to be nice and tight to the thread. It makes for better clean wraps, and you can build up your taper much more smoothly. When I make these wraps forward, if you notice, I keep my thread angled back toward the back of the hook. Keeps the dubbing wraps nice and tight together. Add more wax. And again, very small amounts of dubbing. I think a mistake most people make when first starting out is understanding the proportions of dubbing that are needed for each time you put on a noodle. And again, we're going to go forward, nice, even, tight wraps. More wax. And when you're spinning the dubbing onto the thread, you want to make sure that you're going in the same direction so the dubbing will stick to the thread better. You can start to see the taper building, kind of a conical shape. When you're doing this step, be wary of the eye of the hook, as you don't want to crowd it too much. You have more materials that need to go on, and you need to be able to get your line through the eye of the hook later on. Nothing more annoying than when you pull a fly out of your box and you can't get your tippet through. So now we're going to go forward with the gold wire. Nice segmented wraps, nice and even, nice and tight to the dubbing. Then we're going to secure that with 2 wraps in the front, 2 wraps in the back. Then we're going to pull back and secure even more. Then we're going to go forward, make a nice thread base for the next set of materials that we're going to put on. Wire helps with durability of the fly and also gives it a little bit of flash. Just cleaning things up at this point, making sure everything looks good. Right now I'm removing a small hackle feather from the light Dunn hen's neck that I used. And we're going to use that as hackle for the collar of the fly. Here we're going to tie it in. A couple of nice tight wraps. Then using hackle pliers, we're going to start wrapping around the hook, trying to keep pulling those fibers back. Makes it lay nicer back over the body of the fly. Has a nice wispiness to it too, more movement. You can see each time I wrap, I try to pull those fibers back more and more. Now we're going to secure the feather at the stem. Go ahead and cut that stem off. Now we're going to pull those fibers back, take some thread wraps backwards to help secure and make those fibers lay over the body a little bit more. How much you like or how much you want the fibers to lay over the body is dependent on personal preference. I like mine to be back a decent amount. Now I have more wax, and we're going to put the wing on using 2 Dunn Mallard quills. Make sure you have a right and left feather so the wing will sit properly and more natural looking over the hook. And when you're putting this on, make sure that the quill is over top of the hook, directly over top, and then we're going to take a pinch wrap straight down. Then we're going to secure it with a few other wraps. These are going to be nice, tight, even wraps again. And at this point, go ahead and make sure that your wing is the length that you want. I'm okay with mine, so using the eye of the hook, we're going to get the angle as a guide to snip off the excess. Now we're going to start right behind the eye of the hook and wrap rearward. And this helps build up a really nice head and cover up where we made the cut on the mallard feather. Nice and even, nice and tight. Okay, then we're going to move back a little bit more to cover up the thread wraps that are underneath. Then we're going to build the head up a little. Now we're going to grab the whip finish. Give it a few turns. Now we can cut the thread. And we're going to add some super glue to help hold everything together in the front. Just a little bit, you don't need a lot here. And there you have it, a size 14 Sulfur Dunn Wetfly. You can also tie these in a 16. I live in the East Coast, and most of the time, when the sulfur hatch happens, it's usually 16 or 14. So, thanks for watching.